I get it. I get it. I get why people are like, oh, I hate Trump. I get why Americans they feel the need to speak up for countries who are poor, who feel America's the cause for them being poor. You know, like I get it. I get it why. I'm not talking about the first generations. I get it why you're like third or fourth generation American. I get why you're white and you have white guilt. I get why you might be black and you might feel like, oh, you want to team up with immigrants and you hate America maybe because your past history. I get it. I get why you feel America's the cause and it's a genocide in Gaza. I get you think things are just easy as give Gaza a place, you know, like they're enemy. They don't get along. I get it. I get it. I get why you don't like America. You know, I get your life was hard, but I don't know. I feel like for most of the world, it's probably good to have an America that's strong. Like it really is. I think, and I get why there's what we call radical Muslims. I get why we think. I get why you would say, like, why you want to go and change them? Like, let them have their religion, but like when you have people that don't like you, what are you gonna do? You gotta play the game, you know. I don't know. This goes to Trump having an interview. I guess I didn't even know this was a thing. I guess the president has a little brief interview that they show before the Super Bowl. I didn't even know this was a tradition. Kind of found out about it. I just remembered right now. I just got in my car, just got out of work. I saw on Fox. You know, it's on my YouTube feed. Oh yeah, I remember that. Remember they were talking about why didn't Joe Biden? How come he doesn't do no speech? What also was interesting is that no sitting president has ever went to the Super Bowl. It's usually like it's kind of surprising, right? Like no president ever went to the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, it's probably only a couple months since he's been president, and it's like that for every president. You know, they become president in January, and the Super Bowl's around the corner, and yeah, you think they would go? They would be there, but I guess not. And yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting that no president has ever gone. Even Trump mentioned it. Like, I'm surprised. I would have thought there would have been more presidents. But very interesting. All eyes are on the TV, and he has the stage right there. And you don't think he knows that? And the guy asks him, hey, the prime minister in Canada, somebody asked him, just speaking about Trump saying Canada should be the 51st president, and Trump says yes. He doubles down on it. Canada should be the 51st. Like, do we lose $300 billion a year with Canada? There's no reason we should. Is it going to be peaceful? Is Canada going to fight? Is Canada going to be a civil war? I don't know, man. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, are they just going to, like, is it going to be peaceful? But again, he's saying that they should be. It's different than him actually going to use our military to make it happen. That's different. I just find it incredible. Just incredible. Not like, oh, it's good, it's great, it's amazing. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying it's just incredible on the main stage. Canadians would watch the Super Bowl. London, people from England watch the Super Bowl. And Mexico watch the Super Bowl. Right in the front of the main stage, Trump says, I think they should be the 51st president. And I'm sure we're going to get some responses. I'm sure there's probably immediate responses right now. Yeah, so I just find it to be incredible, actually. Like, and I don't know, I'm American. This is the only place I know. And for me, Trump is making us feel safe. I remember 8 years ago, was it like 8 years, like 2016? It's almost 8 years ago already. When I woke up, I remember where I was at, and I fell asleep and woke up, and when I found out Trump was president, I was scared. I had nothing to be afraid of, though, honestly. I didn't know enough. My folks aren't illegal immigrants, non-citizens. I had nothing to be afraid of, but I was afraid. And 8 years passed, and you realize, like, oh, this is what was going on. I get it now. The media didn't want him to be president. The machine, the guys who like to they like to race bait us, and they like to oh, vote for me because I'm black and stuff. But really, it's like, oh, what? You're related to this person? What? Oh, you're part of the deep state? What? Oh, you don't really care about us? Like, oh, you don't really even care about America? What? Oh, so I don't know. I just watching Trump right now. I was like, it's good. It's like there's people that don't like us, bro. There's people in the world that don't like America. They don't like what we stand for. They don't like people working. But we need to clean some stuff up and not, that's what with that USAID, we're finding out we're funding other like third world countries, trying to bring DEI and transgender sort of LGBTQ sort of like intelligence to their country, and people are really gonna hate us for that. Like, what? You're making our kids you're teaching our kids things. Like, why do they need America's the one with the history of like slavery. Why do they need DEI over there in third world countries? Like Ecuador and Nicaragua. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And obviously, a lot of it is somebody knows somebody, and somebody gives them money, and they say, oh, this is what it's for, and they pocket most of the money. You know what I mean? It's like that's what a bureaucracy is. It's considered like, oh, we have the power of using your money and say it's for a cause, and you realize that the cause is not getting fixed, but it's double and tripling the government spending for that specific thing. Like, it's on homelessness. Like, how much money have we been spending on homelessness, and that shit never gets fixed? It's like I've learned what the definition of a bureaucrat is. It's someone who's supposed to represent you, but usually it's the self-interest of them, and yeah. So I don't know what else right now. It's like look at it. It's like 7 minute. It's on YouTube, so it's like a 7 minute the Canada thing. Yeah, and it's funny. He said he wants the Chiefs to win, and he wants the Chiefs to win because yeah, it's funny. He knows a lot, man. He knows Saquon Barkley's like his father or uncle was a fighter. Trump is he used to allow fights. He used to let Dana White put on UFC fights when no one else would sanction his fights because they thought it was brutal. He used to put on fights at Trump Tower or Trump Casino. Yeah, like, yeah, I really like Trump, man. I really like Trump. Yeah, I do.